right now on 12 News at 10.
A DoorDash driver caught on camera exposing himself at a customer's front door. Tonight, that customer is sharing her story.
A business burned to the ground, dead bodies found inside of it, and a woman now behind bars who says she was forced to do it. Tonight, we walk you through the investigation now unfolding.
Following the tragic drowning deaths of twin toddlers, we're sharing some tips from experts on ways to keep your kids safe around water.
Wind speeds are going up for the weekend. By Sunday, up to 60-mile-per-hour gusts across parts of the state with rising fire risk. I'll let you know where coming up in my full forecast.
12 News at 10 starts right now. A young woman in Phoenix is speaking out tonight, sharing a horrifying story about what happened with a food delivery driver. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Kariba Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. After dropping off the woman's food, which is disgusting when you hear what happens from there, the delivery driver comes back and exposes himself at her front door. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono talked to the woman, and Bianca, this is just disgusting.
Yeah, guys, it really is. And food delivery services have become such a routine part of so many people's lives. And this is really a nightmare scenario. And the reality is the woman would have never known this happened had the incident not been caught on her neighbor's camera.
It just happened to be one night where I was like, I don't want to make food.
It was a typical Friday night for Lily Seefingphone. She works in the restaurant industry and got home from work, ordering a late dinner before going to sleep.
I had that DoorDash deliver my food.
The events of that night captured on her neighbor's Ring doorbell camera. And at first, when the DoorDash delivery driver drops off her food, nothing appears to be out of the ordinary. Then at 2:11 a.m., Lily grabs her food, glancing down the hallway.
He was walking across, but his eyes were like locked sideways to me. And I was like, that's weird.
The DoorDash driver still there. Her stomach turned.
And so I locked both locks of my door.
Then she went to sleep, never expecting the news she would get the next morning.
I got a message from my neighbor across the hall that has the Ring camera, and he told me like, hey, this is what happens.
At 2:16 a.m., the DoorDash worker was back, masturbating at her front door.
Just disgusted, violated, just uncomfortable. Just because he knows exactly where I live, how to get into my building.
Lily, scared for her safety, immediately notified DoorDash and the Phoenix Police Department. The initial response she got from the company
Said that he was removed from any of my future orders.
Just yours.
Just mine.
A DoorDash spokesperson telling 12 News in a statement that was a miscommunication, claiming he was deactivated right away. Days later, Lily got an updated response from DoorDash saying the delivery driver was removed from the platform, offering her a $15 credit. As for Phoenix Police, a public information officer tells 12 News detectives are actively investigating the case, working to establish the appropriate crime that was committed, along with identifying the person responsible.
Situations like that could get worse. Had he just been standing at my front door waiting for me to get my food and like just push into my apartment.
Lily says she's thankful she's okay, but believes this man's brazenness is an indication this wasn't his first time, hoping an arrest is made soon.
Hold him accountable for what he did.
Just an awful situation, and DoorDash says every driver has to undergo a criminal background check and motor vehicle check. Again, police say this remains an active investigation and no arrests have been made. We're live in studio, Bianca Bono, 12 News.
Bianca, thanks. Tonight in South Phoenix, police are investigating a deadly rollover. It happened just before 5 o'clock near the intersection of Southern and 27th Avenue. Police say only one car was involved, and officers found two men seriously hurt at the scene. One of them died from his injuries, and the other was taken to the hospital. Police tell us a third man was seen running from the scene. Detectives are investigating what led to the crash and say the area will be closed for several hours. Also developing tonight, the eastbound lanes of I-10 are closed right now near 7th Avenue because of a crash involving several vehicles. These are live pictures from an ADOT camera in that area. ADOT officials say the crash caused one of the cars to catch fire. It's still unclear if anyone was hurt. If you are driving through the downtown area, you'll want to avoid eastbound I-10 for the time being. The westbound lanes are flowing normally.
We are learning some new details about the tragic drowning deaths of two toddlers yesterday. We now know the names of the two twin girls who drowned in a backyard pool. 3-year-olds Valentina and Penelope Ruiz were found at a home near 67th Avenue and Lower Buckeye Road. The girl's father was the one who called 911. CPR was given to both of the girls, but it was too late. Investigators tell us that they found nothing suspicious at the scene and believe that the drownings were an accident.
Of course, our hearts go out to any family that has to deal with a situation like this. It's one of the reasons why we've launched our Water Watch campaign, to give you some safety tips to help keep your kids safe around the pool. Fences are vital to keep your pool area secure, and above-ground pools are no different. Even if you think your child wouldn't be able to reach the water, those pools should be fenced in just like an in-ground pool. It's also a good idea to bring everything you'll need for the day out to the pool before you allow anyone to swim. That way you won't have to go inside and you can keep an eye on everyone in the water. And finally, consider signing your child up for swimming lessons. They go a long way in keeping your kids safe. The chance of drowning drops 88% when a child learns how to swim. For more information about our 12 News Water Watch campaign and to see more life-saving water safety tips, you can go to 12news.com/waterwatch.
Now to a developing story out of West Phoenix, where an arson case at a business turned into a double murder investigation. Tonight, a woman arrested in the case allegedly told investigators that she was forced to participate in the crime. But according to detectives, she didn't actually start the fire. So how did investigators link her to the scene? 12 News journalist Jonathan McCall is walking us through the investigation.
Right now, there's still no word on a possible motive behind this horrific scene. But the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office says it was surveillance video that helped them nab Katisha Smith in this scene. They say it was a distinct tattoo on the right side of her neck that helped them identify her. The fire sparking late Saturday night at J&J Sofa Manufacturing near 59th Avenue in Buckeye. Maricopa County Sheriff's detectives say surveillance video from a business nearby showed Smith and a man driving up to the business in an SUV. The duo getting out when detectives say Smith hands something to the man, who then lights the item and tosses it into the business before driving away. Detectives later finding the bodies of two people inside of that business days apart. The Maricopa County Medical Examiner's Office has yet to identify them, but say that both were alive at the time the fire started. Detectives searching the area for information say they located video from a nearby gas station. Investigators say the video showing the same SUV and same suspects from the arson scene, including Smith, who had a large tattoo on the right side of her neck. Detectives say that Smith going inside of the store, coming out with a drink inside of a glass container. Investigators say she was then seen removing a gas pump and bringing it to the driver's side door. A glass container was found near where the fire started. Using several databases, detectives say they located Smith at an apartment near Greenway Road and I-17. According to detectives, Smith said she was forced to participate in the crime, but didn't answer any other questions. Smith facing a number of charges, including arson, murder, as well as drug charges connected to this scene. She's currently being held at the Maricopa County Jail on a $1 million bond. But tonight, so many other questions still remain, including exactly who that man that detectives say was with Smith at the time of this incident. We'll be staying in contact with investigators to learn more about him as this case continues to unfold. We're in downtown tonight. Jonathan McCall, 12 News.
All right, Jonathan, thank you. We are learning that an Avondale church destroyed in a fire also served as a food bank that served 25 families per week. That fire broke out early Wednesday morning at the St. William Catholic Church near 107th Avenue and Buckeye Road. Fire crews say that no one was hurt, but the church was a total loss. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. There are ways that you can help in rebuilding the rebuilding effort. The Diocese of Phoenix is raising money for the effort. We have posted a link where you can donate at 12news.com.
Let's get a quick peek at our weekend forecast and check in with meteorologist Lindsay Riley. And I guess it's going to be warm and windy?
Yeah, warm and windy, especially on Sunday, although you will notice the breeze out there tomorrow. Still reaching 95 degrees tomorrow. Today we hit 97. It was a very warm Friday. Gusts up to about 25 35 tomorrow, but they are going to increase up to 40 miles per hour by Sunday. Temperatures then dropping into the upper 80s. We should be at 90 this time of year. Even the high country will be windier than that. We're talking gusts up to 60 miles per hour up toward Flagstaff, the Rim, and even out toward the White Mountains. It will be a dry and sunny weekend with the exception of just a slight shower chance across far northern Arizona for Sunday. Then Monday, we're back to blue skies and temperatures will start to warm back up next week. Areas in brown, these are wind advisories that are currently in effect for the high country. This is where we will have the windiest conditions as we move throughout the weekend. And then as we head into next week, even though we fall below advisory criteria, we're still going to be tracking those wind speeds. We'll have more on that coming up in your full forecast. Mark?
Linz, thanks. Now to Decision 2024, less than 3 months until Arizona's primary in July. This week, Maricopa County sent out these postcards to anyone on the early voting list. And some of you may be wondering if you need to do anything with it. For most people, the answer is no. The cards are a 90-day notice to update your voter registration. That's important if you've recently moved or changed your name. If you're an independent voter, you can also use this card to select which party to vote for in the July primary. You can also update all of this information online.